Why does Filipino cuisine lag behind other Asian cuisines in America, even though Filipino Americans are one of the largest and oldest communities there?
I know the Thai government engages specifically in culinary diplomacy, which is part of why they have such a huge presence in the US. I do wish there were more Filipino places though. They do great work. I think because it seems like many Filipinos don't have as much of a culture of eating out, as say, Koreans or Chinese do, at least here in Los Angeles. There are many Filipinos here, but they are still underrepresented in the restaurant scene here. Most Filipinos that I know usually tell me they prefer home-cooked meals or meals through their church, and that a lot of the Filipino restaurants simply are not good as food they could get from home or the various Filipino churches around here. I don't have an answer, but everyone should learn the joy of lumpia.
I asked one of my co-workers who is Filipino basically the very same question. She said she was getting Korea BBQ for lunch, so I asked her, is it weird that we have a ton of Korean and Thai and Chinese places but no Filipino restaurants? Quote, she told me because it isn't very good. I haven't eaten Filipino food since we came here 30 years ago. Quote, culturally, Filipinos are more risk-adverse when it comes to economics and by and large stick with safe jobs in safe industries. Healthcare, business management, science, and skilled trades are common sectors where they work. The restaurant business is risky even for established names and food people are already largely familiar with. So you're not going to find many of these places to eat unless there's a sizable population nearby to mitigate the risk.
Honestly, I've eaten Filipino food, not just Jollibee, dozens of times, and it's just not as good as the multitude of other Asian cuisines that are much more readily available around here. I am never going to pick it over Thai, Japanese, Chinese, or Vietnamese food, and it tends to be more expensive than any of those other than sushi.
Is it acceptable to wear a jersey from a team you don't actually support?
It is an illegal contract. Every time I lose a bet,
non-sports fans me occasionally wear things I really have zero attachment to, primarily if a city I like. Fans wouldn't typically wear anything but their teams.
Sure, why not? Across Europe, from UK to Estonia, I've seen people wearing NY Yankees hats. Are they even aware it's a baseball team? I am doubtful. So, they must be wearing it for a team they don't support. What's different about your scenario and mine? Obviously, it's not frowned upon in the UK, illegal, or offensive. A Saints fan wearing a Patriots shirt with 28-3 on it to a Falcons game would be trolling Falcons fans.
To someone who sincerely cares about the sport, wearing a rival's uniform would be pretty unheard of. A Yankees fan will never wear a Red Sox jersey because they like how it looks. As far as non-rivals, it's still probably highly unlikely for anyone who cares about sports. If you're a Cowboys fan, you're never wearing an Eagles jersey, but you're still not probably wearing any asterisk other NFL jersey. But the thing is, not everyone is sincerely a fan, even if they call themselves one. Some people are more casual fans, and some people may not care much about the team at all but wear their jersey shats whatever as a fashion item. Nothing wrong with this in my opinion. Someone who's a more casual fan might not be as conscientious about whether they're wearing a rival's uniform. Greater than, but seen a TikTok from an American soccer fan saying they were Man U's supporter but wearing a Chelsea top. They're probably a casual fan who doesn't realize that they're rivals. I could see a Brit calling themselves a Yankees fan because that's the team they've heard most of. But wearing a Red Sox hat because they think it looks cool and doesn't understand the rivalry.
What do you call police vehicles where you live? Cop car.
I have only ever called them cop cars.
Cop cars, police cars. Cruiser.
Lived in Michigan before and never heard them called that. Always cop cars or police. Where in Michigan? Definitely not the Detroit area.
The popo.
If you know how to use chopsticks, how did you learn? Who taught you, and how old were you? I taught myself by watching someone in a Chinese restaurant in a city's Chinatown and copying the motion. I had a big bowl of noodle soup, and the restaurant gave me chopsticks and then a fork. Because I am white, I figured out chopsticks because it was easier than trying to eat soup with a fork. I'll go first. I am white, so my family has no cultural connection to them, but when I was around 8, someone explained to me that in some parts of the world it's seen as very weird if you don't know how to use chopsticks. I didn't want to seem uncultured, so I watched other people using them in the restaurant where we were, and copied them until I could do it.
I was 6. It was actually one of the first things our teacher taught in first grade. On the last day of school, we had to pick up a jello jiggler with chopsticks. I went to a Japanese immersion school. Like 30-second tutorial at a Chinese restaurant. I learned from the pictures on the wrapper when I was maybe 16.
I just figured it out. I think I was in my 20s. Him 66 and chopsticks were not common when I was a child. Any of you guys actually seen anchovy pizza?
Yes, and I order them.
I'm in California and a few of the pizzerias in my town offer anchovies. I love them, but my wife hates them, so they're a rare treat for me.
It's literally an option at Papa John's. Never tried anchovies as a pizza topping or even noticed them as an option on a menu until I came to Japan. I don't understand the over-the-top gross-out reaction it has in pop culture. It's not my favorite, but it's fine.
Every day, for 25 years, I have woken up in the morning and gone to my local grocery store and bought a jar of anchovies. Then I head to the local Domino's pizza joint, where I hide in my favorite bush that's a type of shrubbery here in the US. When the patrons come out of the store, I tackle them to the ground and open up their pizza box and smother it with my anchovies. Usually I get about half a jar on the pizza before I'm violently assaulted by hungry people. But occasionally I manage to get the entire jar on that MFER before running away.
Seen it? Sure. Like, everywhere. I am currently in NY, but also spent plenty of time in CA, FL, DA, GA, IL, and UT.